All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thursday, October 26th, 2 NBA games jump into in today's video, which should be 2 good games as well. We're gonna go into each of these games. I'm gonna give you my lean or leans on the games. All of my final plays, though, what I'm actually rolling with myself. If you do want to fade me, those plays will be in the pinned comment, or if you want to ride with my picks, those plays will be in the pinned comment as well. Just keep an eye on that. Last night, we go 2 and 3. It's not going to kill us, but man, if you rewatch yesterday's video, I wish I rolled with a couple more of my leans because that would have been a profitable strategy there. But we had the same game parlay. Celtics money line and the Knicks, Knicks over 214.5. They finish at 212. The Celtics do win. The Cavs Nets over, no sweat. I told you guys that was one of my favorite plays yesterday. Timberwolves money line, they were this close as well, finishing by 1 basket. Kings money line, that cashes, and the Blazers Clippers really didn't stand all that much of the chance. The Clippers decided to go nuclear there, and the Blazers kind of hung in that for a little bit as well. But yeah, 2 of those losses were right there, which makes me feel good about our beat on the NBA and the start to the NBA season. That 2 of our losses, that same game parlay total loss, as well as the Timberwolves, were decided by 5 points total, right? Like, I like that side of things, that we were at least right there. We only had one bad call, which would be the Blazers Clippers under. But nonetheless, guys, it is a new day. We look to bounce back from that. Again, we went 2-0 in opening night, so we are still, profitable on the season, but, it's still early in the NBA. We're still testing waters, seeing how teams react, feeling out teams, feeling out the data and the model that we've built, right? So just stay conservative. I've told you guys that in 2 consecutive videos now. At the beginning of the year, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made, but you want to do it correctly, right? Like, yes, we can beat the books right now, but we don't want to force anything. Just like today, 2 games on, we don't need to have a million things going here, but nonetheless, guys, before we do that, I want to talk about the ride of the day. We'll bring it back here. If you guys want to be the ride of the day and get a shout out in tomorrow's video, all you got to do is use hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Give me an absolute banger of a pick. It can be a player prop, a game pick, parlay, anything like that. I'm jumping on board with one person's pick in the comments that uses that hashtag ride of the day, and I'll give you guys a shout out, win or loss, in the next video. If you win, we celebrate. If you lose, we got to talk about it. You might have to face the soundboard womp womp, but use hashtag ride of the day in the comments. Now let's go ahead and jump into game number 1 here. And I'll be honest, I think that these are fairly difficult games in a sense here. Now, I think I'm going to go with what is probably going to be the public play in this Milwaukee and Philly game here. Right now, Milwaukee sitting at 6.5 point favorites, the total at 225. I've seen it at 225.5 on some sports books as well, but I think I'm going with Milwaukee minus the 6.5 points here. Why? I just don't really see this Sixers team sort of coming to play as a cohesive unit right away. They have a lot of crap going on. James Harden specifically, I think he's unlikely to play, but nonetheless, Joel Embiid, PJ Tucker, Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, and Pat Bev it's a pretty good starting lineup. I don't know if it really compares to, having Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo in your starting lineup here. So if that Lillard experiment works out and he can play well with Giannis, this is a legit team. I think we all know that. And then you throw in the scoring ability of Chris Middleton, the role playerness, and I'm probably not even giving him the full credit to Malik Beasley, and then same thing for Brook Lopez. Like, 1 through 5, that's a strong lineup, both offensively and defensively. And you now have Lillard, like I said, who's going to open the floor up even more. I think I'm buying it for right now. Could that not work out? Could, the whole there's only one ball, that saying, work out and be like, oh, well, yeah, maybe they didn't mesh all that well. They're both ball dominant players, blah, blah, blah. But for now, I do think that Lillard and Giannis, the way that their games differ, can really benefit one another here. So I am going to lean towards the Bucks here, minus the 6.5 points. It's going to be a good game either way. It's also a game in which I'm looking at the under 225.5. We've just seen so many unders cashing as of late, especially in some of these big games. Night number 1, both of those games went under. That's where we made some of our bread there. Celtics Knicks, that went way under, right? in terms of these like premier matchup, I guess you could say, that we've seen so far in the first couple games here. So I do like the spot for an under to hit, just because I think that there could be one, that's Sixers. Like I said, I think that they kind of slow roll into this. We've seen the Sixers start slow before, right? Joel Embiid, obviously coming off of a fantastic season. I think that there may be a little hangover for him. Difficult matchup against Brook and Giannis down there as well. I don't think buckets come easy on either end in this one. And then on the Milwaukee side of things, you obviously have a brand new point guard in the mix here, Damian Lillard. Like, this is a very different Bucks team. Like, they lost a couple decent, Grayson Allen and Drew Holiday come to mind immediately, right? But this is a team that's been damn near shaken up. They kept the constant of Giannis, but this is a very different team. So I think 225.5. Yes, that is a doable number. So if you're on the over here, I don't necessarily mean to talk you off of it. Embiid and Giannis can probably put up that number themselves. Throwing Middleton and Maxey, like I get why someone would be looking at the over here, but because it is opening night for both these teams, I do think that that's kind of where I'll live with the under. I think that this is a spot in which we could see a very similar game to what we saw from the Celtics and Knicks yesterday, which finished at, like I said, we were just a little away from cashing that same game parlay over, but that was a 108-104 finish. Like, I could see this being a slightly slow-ish game. And I guess it's worth noting, last time they played two, Milwaukee was home here. They won 117-104. So that cashed an under as well. I think they've cashed 2 of their last 3 games, went under. So give me the under as well as Milwaukee on the spread here, -6.5. Let me know in the comments what you guys are rolling with in both of these games, because like I said to start the video, I'm going to be transparent with you guys, right? Like, these are two sort of tough spreads to predict here, just because they're larger numbers, right? So let me know in the comments what you guys are rolling with. All right, guys, before we get to the second game, I do want to shout out Sleeper. I talk about Sleeper on the channel all the time, right? And I know this is a basketball video, but it's also Thursday. We got Thursday Night Football. Sleeper has a free Josh Allen square. They've knocked his passing yards line down to 0.5. Even though he's been playing kind of shaky, I think that he hits this over here, guys. If you don't know what Sleeper is, all you do is combine 2 to 8 player props in a parlay slip. Obviously, the more you get right, the more you get paid out, and you can get 100% of your first deposit matched if you use the link in the pinned comment. If Sleeper is legal in your state and you are not on Sleeper, you're sleeping. You need to wake up. It is an amazing DFS pick'em app. All of their payouts are dynamic, and each player has its own multiplier. So it's not like the Prize Picks or Underdogs of the world, where all of the picks, the payouts are fixed, right? It's a really, really cool, unique thing that they do. I love Sleeper. I'm posting all of those plays over on TikTok at EvPicks 3.0. If you want to get more and more player prop content, Prize Picks, Sleeper, all that, that's over there. But yeah, guys, go ahead and check out Sleeper. Again, that link is in the pinned comment. You can put in $100, and Sleeper will go, okay, fine, here's $100 more, new account balance of 200. If you want to go, cheapo deluxe, you can put in $20 and they'll give you $20. You'll have a new account balance of $40. You know what I mean? It's kind of a no-brainer, guys. If it's legal in your state, go check out Sleeper. All right, let's jump into this game here, and I'm interested to see what the injury report ends up rolling out here, because as of right now, Beal and Booker are game time decisions. Beal obviously missed night 1. Booker played well, but this changes things fairly drastically. Like, if Booker isn't playing, if Beal isn't playing, both of those guys aren't playing, I like the Lakers in this spot. I'll also take a peek at some Durant props, because this starting lineup, Goodwin, Allen, Okogie, Nurkic, and then Durant. Like, who is going to go off for the Suns and give them a chance if it's not Durant in this spot? But this is kind of the risk you run when you do have this really, really top-heavy team like the Suns, right? Like, if 2 of these guys are out, then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, yeah, we really invested a lot into these guys, right? It is what it is. I mean, I think that they did a good job. I think those guys, it's going to be a tough team to stop if healthy or when healthy. But nonetheless, guys, keep an eye on the injury report, because it's going to ultimately change what I'm rolling with in this. So I hate to give you sort of a opaque sort of lean here, but if we have Beal and Booker in this spot, and it is the big 3 playing the Lakers here, I like the Suns all day long. +6 points, like, that's crazy. But that line tells me Booker and or Beal both aren't playing, because Phoenix obviously wins night 1, the Lakers lose, and now Lakers are at home -6 points, right? Like, it seems a little like, okay, it's obvious, writings on the wall. Those those guys aren't going to play. I still don't mind getting them at +6, but it makes me a lot less confident if it's only Durant and Cast against, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell. Anthony Davis must be pissed after his night one performance. What do you have, like 15 or 17 in the first half and then 0 points in the second half? Like, another guy to look at some of his props if you kind of believe in that I guess narrative that, he's going to bounce back or he's coming in with a fire under his ass. Also, I think he's a lot quicker than Nurkic, so another guy to look at there. But nonetheless, guys, keep an eye on the pinned comment for this one. If anything weird happens with it, I'll give my explanation within the pinned comment. But I like the Suns side of things, being almost optimistic that they are, going to get at least Beal or Booker to play. If neither one of them plays, I don't know if I go all the way towards the Lakers side of things, but it could just be a pass for me. And it's another game in which I like the under, which is crazy, I guess. Last year you guys started doubting me as king of the under because we took so many unders, when a lot of people don't come on YouTube and give their picks and take unders, right? A lot of people are afraid of taking unders, or at least don't like taking unders. I don't mind taking unders. They're just as likely to hit as overs when you think about it. In fact, I saw or heard on a podcast a long time ago, 2 years ago or so, it's like over the history of game bets, unders had hit at like 50.86% or something. So technically unders had been hitting. I could have that number wrong, but it was essentially like, technically the sports betting world has leaned towards unders. People just don't like to take them. I don't mind taking unders. The only thing that worries me in the way that I think about it, not to get on a little tangent here, comment 11 if you're still watching, because I'm about to go on a little rant. Comment 11 if you guys are real and still watching. But the thing with unders, it's that they can be blown, right? Like, they can be blown. And over, you can always kind of hold on to, and it's like, okay, 2 seconds left in the game, maybe they make up 10 points, you know what I mean? And under, the reason it sucks to watch is, one, it's not exciting, but two, it's kind of like, say you have an under 25 or whatever for a player. In the third quarter, if he has 26 points, you're kind of like, well, now it's not even worth me watching anymore. Like, he already hit the number. So it is kind of a crappy sense in that lane, that like an over's never, it's like the over's not over until the fat lady sings, right? And under, if a guy goes off in the first quarter, you're kind of like, oh boy. But nonetheless, guys, again, early season jitters here. I like the under 230, 223.5 in this one, but this game is a little weird just because of the injuries. Like, we're talking 2 of the best players in the league, never mind 2 of the best players in the league on the same team, both being unlikely or game time decisions here. So yeah, keep an eye on the pinned comment for that one. We're not forcing anything tonight. Obviously, that's sort of been the mantra of the year here. We got a decent sized, I think it's like 11 or 10 games tomorrow. So, make sure you're saving your bankroll, managing your bankroll. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. I feel like we're all over the place, but sometimes that's what you get when we wake up the crack of dawn, start sipping our coffee, and it's like, I'm buzzing today. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. You guys killed it last video. Too bad it was a negative video, right? 2 and 3, but better than 0 and 5. That's what we can say, right? We do tout a Fade Me shirt on every single day, but if you know, you know. But I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.